A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you are doing good. Okay. But before we begin, let's try to see some headlines and think about these headlines. All of us love to play sports, or most of them, they love to play some online games. In some part of your life, either you have played a mobile game or a PlayStation related game, or at least you have played Candy Crush, some sort of it. We love to play such games, but more than love, we become addicted to it. After a span of time, that addiction can also become a form of a crime. Roughly in India, more than 150 people have been killed because of an addiction of an online game called as PUBG. Dozens of youngsters, they have killed their parents because their parents have stopped them from playing this game. At one point of time, it was good. But at one point of time, this playing can also become a form of a crime. Let's take a look at another headline. Fathers, they love their daughters. I personally love my daughter a lot. She also loves me back. Every father loves their children, especially fathers, they care more about their daughters. Even if they get one boiled egg, father will be like, super. They are known to be as Papa ki Pari. But there are certain things that if the daughter had done, it could take an extreme form of a step. In India, hundreds of honor killing happen every year. The word honor killing means they have been killed in the name of caste. How can a father kill? We will take a look at a little later on. This is one love between a parent and a child. Another form of a love. Okay. I just take that picture. It's just a general form of love. At one point of time, a couple was highly in love with each other. The friends don't look like a good friends. The parents doesn't look like good parents because that one person is there with them and every relation seems to go in the wrong way. And what really happens is we choose to stay with that person, but after one span of time, they recall all the sentences what the best friend had told them. They recall all the sentences what the parents have told them. In the world, the divorce rate is nearly 50%, especially in the Western world. In India, the divorce rate has reached even up till 5-6%. 30 years back, if you ask your parents, were divorce commonly seen? They would have said, no, divorce was like a taboo. Divorce was like something not so easily seen. Today, it's something which is very commonly noticeable. Last headline. Children go and get education. But after one point of time, this education will only create so much amount of stress, either in a form of a boarding school, either in a form of a competitive exam. Children, teenagers, they kill themselves. And something normally seen every year, it is like a quota suicides. What is meant by quota suicides? That in the state of Rajasthan, every year, dozens of children are killing themselves. There are different headlines, what I have put in front of you, but why these things are happening around us? How can a love of a father towards a daughter can get so reduced that a father can kill the daughter? How can the love towards the book can reach so much that after one point of time, that child is killing themselves? You love somebody at one point in your life, and then after a few years, not even a single day you want to live with that person. Divorces are happening. If you want to find an answer to these questions, sociology is all about trying to understand how does the society works. Sociology is not simply the study of society. Sociology is all about understanding the patterns in which we work. It is about understanding those connections which are controlling us. My name is Dr. Farhan Nasir. Here in this class, I will be dealing with the optional subject for your UPSC, that is sociology. In my previous attempts of 4 mains and 2 interviews, and being an alumni from Delhi University, I have come here to share my experience and to tell you what society is all about. In my today's class, I will not be dealing with any specific topic, but rather I will be speaking about what is the syllabus of sociology. I will be speaking to you about what are you supposed to expect out of this subject, how are the questions going to look, what is the syllabus, from where to study, what not to study. I will be speaking about sociology and its broad outline. But before we begin, let's try to understand what is meant by the word society. What is the meaning of this word? Society. Commonly you hear about society. What is society? Anybody? It's a cluster of people. Okay. So an RTC bus is also like a society to you, isn't it? Some people are there in the bus. Cluster of people are. Tea will be very good at the ground floor. Before the class, after the class, I see some bunch of people. Can I say that is a society? Good. An attempt has been made, but that is not society. Anything else? Yes? Interaction between people. Okay. What more? What more society means? Anybody? Make an attempt. Slowly we'll try to understand it. Anybody in the class, what is meant by the word society? Sorry? Living standards of the people. Okay. The word society is a very broad-ended term. It means it cannot be so easily put in a form of an explanation. But we will try to do that. Society means the surrounding of an individuals. The things which are there in your environment, it represents that these things are your society, like how a human body is made up of different organs. Different institutions will make your society. For example, let us talk about your daily schedule. When do you get up in the morning? Okay, 6:30. When do you get up? When do you get up? When do you get up in the morning? 4 o'clock. When do you sleep, Amma? 6 o'clock. Okay, fine. Some of you will get up at 4 o'clock. I personally get up at 4:30. Some of you will get up at 4 o'clock. Some of you will get up at 7:30. If class is at 8 o'clock, you will get up at 7:58. Okay? So we get up at different time, and as soon as you get up, the first thing that you do is, you will get, first of all, before getting up, mother will give a call. There are some people who will get very often calls from their mother. In hostel, I used to stay away from these people. They will get a call from their parents. Beta, did you get up? So like, yes, mom, yes, ma, I got up. After that, they go to the washroom, they go to the restroom. Okay, not too much in detail. They come out, and what happens after that? you get ready, you have to go to some educational place, you have to go to your class. Right before you leave, in your room, there will be a small murti that you have kept, some sort of a religious picture, religious idol, a place where somebody will pay respect to that for 2 minutes, somebody will pay respect to that for 10 seconds. You pay respect to an idol, you start your day, you go to an educational place. No. Before education, you will eat, no? Something? Yes, sorry. Yes. You will go, you will have your tiffin, whatever, some nice dosa, idli. After that, you go to an education place, listening to the classes for the next 4-5 hours. Again, you will have food. In the evening hours, you will go, you will pay some money, you will buy a tea, snacks or something. Then you open the newspaper and then you are trying to see what is today's news. You are trying to read the newspaper. You talk to your friends. You talk to the people around you. Again, you have dinner. You sit in the library room for some time. Before going to the sleep, what do the people do? This. Before going to sleep, this is what everybody does. This. Today's generation has got a very muscular thumb. Their thumbs, they never get tired. I see individuals waiting for 3 hours, 3 hours this is going on. Tuck. And while doing this tuck, finally they go to sleep. This is your daily schedule. And this is what your society is all about. If I'm asking you, what is society? Society is your surrounding. Society is your environment. This is a very general tone of explaining. Let us try to get a little bit serious and understand what society is all about. There are certain institutions around you, and you work according to those institutions. For example, you get up in the morning. Okay, some people will do yoga. It's a cultural activity. Some people will do some sort of a religious activity. What is this religion? This is nothing but like an institution. Institution means whenever you are a part of this thing, you are going to behave in a particular manner. There are some rules and regulations associated to this. Are you a part of only religion? No. You are also a part of the political system as well. Because whenever you are reading the newspaper, you are also getting associated to what is my government doing? What is happening in the parliament? What is happening in the assembly? You need to be thinking, what is my government doing? You are not just a part of religious system, you are also a part of political system. Apart from that, you are also a part of the education system as well. You go to education place, you are bounded by some rules and regulations, and you are also associated to education system. You are also associated to the economic system. You got up in the morning, you went to education place. In the evening, for you to purchase a snack or something, you paid some money for that. Therefore, you are also a part of economic system where somebody is a buyer, somebody is a seller. You have created this system around you. So there are multiple different types of systems, and these systems are controlling the individual. One more such kind of systems is the role which has been played by technology. Before going to sleep, whenever you are using the internet, there are certain rules and regulations how internet is supposed to be used. Technology is controlling you. This is also one form of systems. So does the family system. The society means these are cluster of individuals, and These are some cluster of institutions in which there are some rules and regulations. Whenever you look at the word society, what do we see is, this is you as an individual right in the center, and multiple things together is going to shape what the society is like. For instance, if you look at a human body, what is human body? Multiple organs or multiple organ systems are coming together and we are seeing a human. Digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, all systems when they come together, they become like a human body. In the same way, society is also made up of certain kind of systems. What are these systems? For example, when you get up in the morning and you get a call from your parents, this is nothing but there is something called as family system. It has got its own rules and regulations. When you were leaving to your college, there is some murti which is kept in front of you in your room. You pay respect to it. That is nothing but an aspect of religious system. When you get up and go to the education place, education is also a form of system. When you put a vote to elect a government, when you're reading what are the schemes and the policies that I'm having, when you're building your opinions, your ideology, it is a form of a political system. It's not just your family, but the people who are surrounding you, your peer group, your friends, is also a form of an institution. The money that you are going to pay to buy the stuff, economic system, technology, when we bring all of them together, right in the center is who you are. At one point of time, when you are here, the religion will give you a form of an identity. When you are here, religion will give you a form of an identity with those rules and regulations. You will be called as a devotee. A bhakt, a devotee, is the title which is given to you. If you are here in the education system, a new identity is given to you as a student. An identity the political system gives you, you will be treated to be as a citizen. Here, you will be treated to be as a peer fellow. You will be treated to be as a user of a technology. Technology will say user ID. The identity here, either you are a son or a daughter, here you are a buyer or a seller. One individual has got so many different labels. And how are they interacting with each other? This is what society is all about. So what is the definition of the word society? Society means it is a cluster of individuals. When they come together, they will create an aspect of group. These groups are in a shape of institutions. What all things that I have discussed, politics, economics, family, all these are the forms of institutions, and every institution is going to have some rules and regulations. Society means cluster of individuals seen in the shape of a group as a respective institutions with some defined rules and regulation. The subject sociology is about studying these institutions. The subject sociology is to understand what are these groups. Why are you sitting here in the class? It is because education system has created some rules and regulations. That is why all of you are sitting together. These institutions are controlling you. They have created their own rules and regulations. Let me slowly discuss what is the syllabus. But before I discuss about the syllabus, there is an important part called as thinkers. How can you imagine a thinker as? Imagine him like a scientist. For instance, if you're reading physics, you cannot understand physics by ignoring Isaac Newton. You cannot understand physics if you don't know who is Albert Einstein, who is Stephen Hawking. Every subject will have some important contributors. Same way, if a person is contributing in the field of science, he is called as a scientist. A person who is contributing in the field of arts, they are called to be as philosophers. And instead of using the word philosophers, we use the word thinkers, because all these people are trying to look at the same society in different ways. These people are trying to study the same society, but everybody has got their unique perspective. That is why we are trying to understand what is Marx and why money is so important to him. We are trying to understand Durkheim, why this person is so optimistic. In everything, he will see something goodness. This person is telling, let's focus on one person. Parson, Merton, Mead are some of the thinkers that we have in our paper 1. I will be discussing about the syllabus of paper 1. I'll be discussing the syllabus of paper 2. These are some previous year questions, last year's, how the questions are framed. That will also give you an idea, because before you go and start your preparation, you need to keep in mind how are the questions asked in this paper. How sociologists understand gender construction. It means men and women are divided. Men have got certain things which they are supposed to do. Women are supposed to do certain things. This is called as gender construction. We construct the gender. Women should like pink. Men are supposed to like blue or something non-pink color. How this is creating inequality. Explain the global trends of secularization. Discuss social mobility in open and closed societies. Examine the changing nature of caste system. Explain different forms of untouchabilities. Every question will be all about, if society is there in one way, why it is there. It is asking you to explain how does a society function. So it's all about what is the relationship within the society. Let's speak about the syllabus. There are 3 fundamental questions that you should know before you attempt to study anything in UPSC. You should have a clarity, why are you studying a particular topic? It means, where does this topic stands in the preparation? Is it important? How much is it important? Can I ignore this topic? So you are supposed to be familiar with the word why. In today's class, I will not be speaking about why are you supposed to take sociology. Tomorrow I will speak about it. Next, how to study sociology. I will speak this in the last. What are the important books for your paper 1? What are the books which you should not buy, which you should buy, and some of them are like reference books. So books for your paper 1 and paper 2. what is the subject all about? Let's try to understand. Enough of Baba Ramdev. Okay. The syllabus of sociology is divided into two parts. The paper 1, it is known as Fundamentals of Sociology. The syllabus has been designed in such a way that even if a person is not coming from sociological background, the subject must be introduced. So the paper 1 is called to be as Fundamental Sociology. Are we going to focus on India? The answer is no. The first paper is all about a global perspective. It means, where did this subject start for the first time? It did not start from India, it started from the European countries. Germany, France, England, these are the countries where the subject got started. So this paper can also be called to be as Global Sociology. We will be always talking about a world perspective. So you are not going to see any Indian name in paper 1. The thinkers, what the names were, Karl Marx, Durkheim, Weber, Parson, all these are Western sociologists, global sociological perspective. And then the subject will be dealt with basics. Therefore, you can also consider it like a form of elementary sociology. The popular theories are all put together. You will not be studying what Karl Marx says in political light. No. You will not be seeing the historical contribution. You will be only studying their social view. So we'll be dealing with basic sociological contribution. It is called as elementary sociology. So somebody who is new to the subject, this is the orientation. Global sociology is not about India, it's all about the Western concepts. Paper 1s of all the optional will be designed in this way, Western Indian perspective. Elementary sociology is to speak from the basic concepts. Total, there are about 10 units that you are going to study. This particular paper has got 10 units. In the paper 2, just telling, there are 3 sections. What is paper 2? Give me some time. For paper 1, we have got 10 units. And what are these units? Let's try to understand. I will be telling each and every topic. The first unit is basically like a history. Because whenever you want to understand something, it always starts with history only. If you are trying to study polity and Lakshmikant, what is the first chapter there? What is the first chapter of Lakshmikant? Historical background. It is not talking about what is Constitution of 1950. It is talking what Constitution was there in 1935, 1909, 1919, 1891, rules, regulations. So some history must always be studied first. You will be able to understand the background. So the first unit is about sociology as the discipline. The word discipline means it's an academic discipline. How academically, scientifically you are supposed to understand the society. This is what the first unit is all about, and it is focusing what was the history of Europe. It means how Europe was there 500 years back, how Europe is there today. So it is talking about modernity came in Europe. To understand that modernity, there is a subject that came known as emergence of sociology. The first topic of this unit is trying to explain what are the changes that came up in Europe. To understand those changes, we need a scientific subject known as sociology. So the topic says modernity, social changes in Europe, and the emergence of sociology. The second is whenever a new subject will come, people will ask, what is the purpose of this subject? If you are studying AI/ML today, it's a new subject. You tell me what is the purpose of AI/ML, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Therefore, a new subject is coming. What is the purpose of this subject? It is seen as the application part. With the help of sociology, what are the things that I can achieve? It speaks about the scope. But the other subjects which were there from the previous times, but the other subjects which were there before sociology, they are raising questions. So we need to compare sociology with other social sciences. We'll be comparing all about sociology with history, sociology with political science. So there's some comparative analysis. Lastly, some of them even say sociology is like a common sense. So the topic is comparison of sociology with common sense. So the first unit is the discipline, how it begins history, what is the application, comparing it with other social sciences, and also with sociology. Now the subject is established. What to do? There are types to study a subject. Some group of people are telling we should study sociology like a science subject. After 30-40 years, another group started which says, how can you study like a science? Because science subject means physics, chemistry, etc. Sociology is not like physics, chemistry, it is arts. So here, the unit 2 is called as sociology as science. Read it like this. In your syllabus, this is what it is given as, sociology as science or arts. This unit is all about a debate which is there in the subject. Should you deal it like physics, chemistry, science subject, or should you deal it like art subject, social science, philosophy, etc. And this particular unit can be divided in speaking what is meant by science, what is meant by scientific methods, and some ways how people have put a critic to it. The second part, it is about one thing. Listen to it carefully, because here we are discussing each and every topic, how they are connected. Syllabus, I'll give you all the pictorial representations, but listen to it importantly. The second part is all about what are the major and important theories. The reason why I'm telling you this, because when I'll be doing a revision, every topic is there, upcoming ahead. So right now I'm just explaining those topics. The second topic is about important theories, what are there, all of them. Then next, there is an approach called as positivism. We will try to understand them. And there is something called to be as non-positivism and its methodology. Right in the middle, the people who are telling it is science, they are fighting for facts. The people who are telling it is arts, they are fighting for value. Both of them are trying to get some sort of an objectivity. So the unit 2 is how the subject is getting established. This subject is more about theories. This is the most important part. And once a subject is established theoretically, now comes what will you do at practical level. So the unit 3 is all about practical application, and it speaks something like research, analysis, and what are the different methods. What are the different types of research methods? How do we analyze them? Research methods and analysis is what Unit 3 is all about. The first topic in the Unit 3, two types of research are there. One type is called to be as quantitative research. The another type is called as qualitative research. The part B, it focuses on how to collect the data collection, and there are some important concepts. For example, before doing a research, certain terms you are supposed to know. For example, what do you mean by the word variable, hypothesis, sampling, reliability, and validity? These are some important terms which you are supposed to be familiar. Unit 1, if you look, it is the history subject. We are talking about what happened in Europe. Unit 2, it is a subject of theory. Unit 3 is all about practical. You can see them all like one segment. And we are not going to be discussing this topic. Unit 1, 2, 3, I will be dealing in the last of paper 1. I will be starting the paper from the 4th unit, because that is the most important unit that you are having, and the name is Thinkers. Imagine you have a headache. Like now you are having a headache. If you go to a doctor, what will he do about the headache? He will ask you what is your name, what is your age, gender, and then he will write a paracetamol. You take some Dolo 650, something like that. A medical doctor will give you this sort of a solution. But if you go to your grandmother, what will she say? Will she give you a paracetamol? What will she say? No, my grandchild is the most sweetest child. He has got a drishti, and I am going to do something with the water. They'll give you a glass of water, and with that only you're supposed to cure yourself. A grandmother will never give you a paracetamol. She'll tell you, I will take care of you, I'll take care of you. She'll give you a glass of water, she's going to blow something in that water and she'll give it to you. If you go to a tantric for that headache, what will he do? Bum, 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 bha. He'll take out the ash, he'll put it on your face. Mata is there inside you. Will try to take out that, and then he will take a stick, he will beat you till the headache becomes small, and some other part you will get blues and blacks. If you go to a homeopathic doctor, I like homeopathy doctors. They are nice. Whatever you talk, they will give you a nice sweet sugar balls. For fun also after lunch, dinner, if you feel like having some sweets, don't go to a mithai store. Go have some homeopathic medicines, it will be nice, very tasty sugar balls will be there. If you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, he will take some plant medicine, some roots, he will mix it, he will give it to you. One headache has got so many different approach. One problem has got different perspectives. One society has got multiple opinions. None of them are wrong. Everybody is right in the way how they are looking. Thinkers is all about looking at the same society but with a different approach. Imagine if 6-7 people who are blind, they have been given a task to go. They have never seen an elephant. They have been given a task to go and feel and tell what an elephant is like. One person will hold the trunk of an elephant and he will say, elephant is like a fat snake. Another person who is blind, he will check the trunk of an elephant. He'll say, elephant is a very hard animal, like a tortoise or something like that. Every person is going to look at the same animal in a different way. All of them are right. All of them are right at the same time, but they are explaining the society in partiality. Thinkers are 6 different people who are trying to look at the society in different views. Who are these people? One person is a Karl Marx. He will always look at the society on the terms of money. From the first topic that we are going to deal is the unit 4 and the thinker Karl Marx. What are the topics that we are having? He talks about historical materialism. I will not explain these topics. I will do that when we are dealing with the class. Historical materialism, mode of production, alienation, class struggle, class conflict. Then we have got another thinker called as Durkheim. We have got is Weber. These thinkers are trying to look in a very unique way. That is why we are studying them. The next thinker, what we have is Talcott Parson. After D, E. We have got Robert K. Merton. And the next thinker is what we are having is George Herbert Mead. All of them are doing their contributions. We will not be dealing everything about them, but only the topics that are given in the syllabus, only those topics we are going to deal. The next unit my favorite actor. So he should be there. The next unit is to see society is never on the basis of equality. Are we all equal? No. On the basis of money? No. On the basis of gender? No. On the basis of caste? No. There are some forms of differences, and to understand society, you must focus how the society has been arranged. An arrangement of the society is called to be as stratification. Stratification means arrangement of the society, and people are not there on fixed terms, but they are moving. So in the segments, people are moving up and down. It is known to be as mobility. Mobility means movement. What are the topics that will be dealing over here? There are some important concepts. What is meant by hierarchy? What do you mean by social exclusions, poverty and deprivation, equality, inequality? And from those concepts, there are some important dimensions. We are divided on the basis of money, class. We are divided on the basis of birth, status, on the basis of gender, race, ethnicity, and any kind of a mobility which is easily seen. It is called as open society. If the mobility is very difficult to achieve, it is called as closed society. Caste system is a closed society. Urban modern societies are called as open societies. This stratification, we will try to deal from thinker's view. Therefore, we have something called as Marxist, Weber, and also structural functional view. So the 5th unit is about stratification, and then from here onwards, I want you to imagine like this. Unit 1, 2, 3 will come under one segment. In syllabus, you will not see those things. The B segment is like unit 4 and 5. The C, all the units together is like a unit C. The 6th unit is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. All these different units are focusing on one institutions. Like I have told you, you belong to different institutions such as religion, such as political system, family. Every unit is dedicated to one system. The first system that we will be studying is the aspects of economy, work and economic life, the social life around it, and it is talking about how the economic system was there in different time periods. In history, you see these terms: ancient, medieval, modern. But in sociology, we write in ancient, it was slave society. In medieval, it was feudal society. In modern, it is called as industrial capitalistic societies. So how is the economic system in different time periods? We are trying to look at it. If the government is having a very good control on economy, it is called as formal economic system. If the government is not having a good control, it is called as informal system. And lastly, how is the condition of labor in today's time? So we are focusing on the social life of labor, economic system. Unit 6, economy. Unit 7, it focuses on the political system. To understand the power, first of all, you are supposed to be familiar what are the important theories of power. What is power actually? We will be discussing those, some important theories, very interesting topic. Then, there are certain institutions in the system, such as something is called as elite. Another instrument that we are having is the concept of bureaucracy. What do you mean by political parties? What do you mean by pressure groups? Some important instruments and some important concepts also we are going to discuss. Civil society, democracy, how changes are coming. It is nothing but an aspect of social movements. Protest, agitation, social movement, collective action, revolution. These are some aspects of changes. How do they come? So the 7th unit is about politics and things related to the political system. We are not going to be studying fundamental rights, no. We are not going to be focusing on schemes like GS paper 2, but things are very relevant. So if your Lakshmikant preparation is good, this part will become very entertaining to you. I will be discussing these topics from the fundamental parts. The next is the aspect of religion. What are the different theories of religion? How religion is established? So again, over here, I will be speaking about some theories of religion. The second part, how religion is practiced. In different time, religion was practiced, such as animism, monoism, sects and cults. What are the different kinds of religion practices? And lastly, how religion and science are placed. What is the relationship between religion and science? This particular topic, it deals with only religion aspects. The 9th unit, it speaks about what is the role of family, and the word that is used for family is called to be as kinship system. Family means your only blood relations. Kinship is a more broad term. Your bloods, your relative, your neighbors, your community, all this together is called as kinship. You can say family plus something extra is kinship. We will be speaking about what are the concepts, what are the different types of families. We'll be speaking about what are the contemporary trends. What do you mean by the word house, household, patriarchy, sexual division of labor? We'll be dealing about these topics in our kinship. I will be mixing paper 2, paper 1 kinship together, and I will be dealing it in once. The last unit, what we have is the social changes in modern society. What are the different ways in which change is coming? To understand the change, there are some theories of social change. What are the theories of social change? Do you support globalization? If yes, it is called as developmental theory. Are you against globalization? It is called to be as dependency theories. The unit 10 is all about how change is happening and how technology is bringing those changes. Here, we'll be speaking about what are the factors which will bring the change, agents of social change, and also we'll be speaking about the role of science and technology and also education system. This is your complete paper 1. So what is paper 1? It is trying to address sociology in the fundamental aspect. We are always trying to focus on a global perspective. Indian perspective will not be dealing over here. It is like a Western sociology. Basic concepts will be discussed, and it has got 10 units. But I want you to look at these 10 units, 1 to 3, part A. 4th and the 5th unit as part B, 6th. And 10th is all considered to be as take a look. Paper 1, Fundamentals of Sociology. The discipline, modernity and the social changes in Europe and emergence of sociology. What is modernity? We'll be trying to understand that. Scope of the subject, comparing with other social science. Also comparing sociology with common sense. The second unit is sociology as science. What is science? Scientific method and critic. Major theoretical strands of sociology. What are the important theories? Positivism, fact value, non-positive is 2. The last one, third one is research method and analysis, quantitative, qualitative methods, techniques of data collections, variable, some important concepts, 1, 2, 3. The 4th, sociological thinkers and every topic related to that. Karl Marx, historical materialism. This is all one theory. Look at this. Karl Marx has given one theory. UPSC has broken down this one theory into different 4 parts. But if you look at Durkheim, all are different theories. Division of labor, social fact, suicide, religion. Weber also has given 4 theories: action, ideal types, bureaucracy, Protestant ethic, and the spirit of capitalism. Talcott Parsons, 2 theory, 1 theory. 5th part, stratification and mobility, some important concepts. Then we'll be discussing some important dimensions. Here it is written social mobility, and then 4th part we'll discuss the B one, theories of social stratification. Then we have got economy, polity, religion, system of kinship, social changes in modern society, and what are these parts. So all these subtopics is what I was speaking to you about. Collectively, this is regarded as paper 1. What is there in the paper 2? The paper 2 is only the Indian perspective. If you look at a subject such as history, there is some subject called as world history. In world history, you don't deal with what is happening with India. But when you're dealing with ancient, medieval, modern art and culture, it is only about Indian perspective. So the paper 2 is inclined to study what is India And what are some of the concepts related to it? Paper 2 is called to be as Indian Sociology. If paper 1 can be called as a global perspective, this particular paper can be considered to be as a regional sociology. If you're reading some article, if you're reading a sociological journal, if you are doing an MA, Indian sociology word will not be used. Either they will use the word regional sociology or they will use the word Asian sociology. And here we are trying to only get specific views of Indian sociology, and paper 2 does not have unit like 1 to 10. In fact, it has got sections. And what are these sections? There are 3 sections which are there in the paper 2, and it begins with section A, which is known as Introduction to the Indian Society. How you're supposed to understand India from a thinker's view. If you question me, sir, in paper 1, why are we dealing with unit 4 first? So my answer to you is, I like unit 4, that is why. Another thing, unit 4 is like 60% of your paper 1. Unit 4 is not easy to understand, so we want to deal it first only. And unit 1, 2, 3 requires some BA level of understanding, then only we can understand those subjects. So unit 4 should be dealt because maximum questions, weightage, pure sociology, most important sociology is unit 4 paper 1. In the same way, the paper 2 begins from Indian thinker only. So the section A is Introduction to Indian Society. Introduction to Indian Sociology, Indian Society. This particularly has got 2 parts to it. The first part is like Indian thinkers. Indian thinkers means some Indian people are trying to introduce what sociology is. Like over there, if we have got Karl Marx in paper 1, here we have got a person who is like an Indian Karl Marx. His name is A.R. Desai. In paper 1, if you are having a person like Talcott Parson, the 4th thinker, here you have got a person who is a Indian Talcott Parson. His name is M.N. Srinivas. If there you have got a person, the father of sociology is August Comte. He is not a thinker, but the father of sociology is August Comte. Here we have a father of Indian sociology, G.S. Ghurye. So the first part has got only 3 thinkers, that's it. This is the thinkers of your paper 2, very less. The second part is the recent colonial past. What is the history of India? We were trying to understand European history. Here we are focusing on colonial history only. We are not going in the ancient time, medieval time. What is India today? To understand that, go 150 years back. India is a product that is produced only in this past 150 years. Before that, India concept was not there. They were small local zones. We'll be looking at a topic called as social background of Indian nationalism. It's a very important topic of Desai. These topics, Desai's theory, his name is social background of Indian nationalism. India is moving towards modernity, but yet we are Indian. You want to wear a jeans, but on that you don't want a t-shirt, you want a kurti. You want to eat a pizza, but you want in the Indian flavors only. Barbecue flavor, paneer flavor, local flavors. So modernization is happening, but in a very Indianized manner. Yogendra Singh is trying to explain a topic called as modernization of Indian traditions. Then there are some levels of protest. Then there are movements which are happening. Both of them are trying to bring something called as social reforms. So the section A has got two parts. One is the thinkers part, like unit 4 is there. Here you have got that as section A1. And then history is there in unit 1. Here it is like A2. The second section, 3 are there. Second section is about social structure of India. How is India divided? If there is one country that you see, how can you understand this country? One way of dividing it is on the basis of geography. It means some people are staying in the rural regions of India. Some people are staying in the urban regions of India. Some people are staying in the forest regions. It's a structure of looking at it. And if you want to understand the social structure, then you must understand what is rural. So the first topic is the aspects of village studies. And if you want to understand village more deeply, you cannot ignore the aspect of caste system. A very interesting topic. The most important topic is caste system. Different sociologists are coming and speaking about this topic. What do you mean by caste system, etc.? Understanding the forest community is nothing but the study of tribal communities. Understanding the urban society is like understanding the aspects of social classes in India. One is a geographical form of divisions. Another form of a division is family concept. Northern families are different from the southern families. Central families are different from the northeast families. So this is something like kinships and the Indian society. What is north and south differences? How Indian society is there in the northeast of India. And then last one is the topic of religion and society. What are the different types of religions in India? What are the religious communities? What are the problems of religious minorities? So here, in the second part, we will be speaking about social structure, that is the B. Look at this. If you're studying section A, you will always study this part from books. Static means you will get that topic in the books. You have a textbook for that. The second part, when you're trying to study the social structure, for that also you can study it from books. But when it comes to the section C, in 3 part, this is the most dynamic part. What is the meaning of the word dynamic? You are not going to get those topics easily in books. Or at least you will get that topic, but the questions will never be asked from the books. If somebody is giving you a book to read for section C, it's a very wrong advice. Because the questions are always asked from the newspapers. There is no book for science and technology. If somebody is giving you for general studies, take a book for science and technology, you know it's a wrong advice. Because every time from current affair magazines, from newspaper only, the science and tech questions will be framed. So here, section C is a dynamic approach. The topic is the changes which are coming within India. What are the social changes in modern India? The section C is not a static part, but rather it's a dynamic approach. What is section C is all about? Is it the aspect of social changes in modern India. How India is transforming with times. The first topic that you're having is, what was the vision of India in 1947 and how are these changes coming? For instance, why did we choose mixed economic planning? It's an economic related, but we are dealing with the social aspect. What is the role of law and constitution? How is it changing? Education and bringing those. So we'll be talking about vision of India. The second topic is about rural and agrarian transformation. Rural and agrarian transformation. Look at this. Look at the word transformation. You cannot understand the word transformation from a bookish knowledge. It is changing. So you need the newspaper to deal with these topics. What do you mean by the word industrialization, urbanization in India? This is another topic. The fourth topic, it deals with political system. A very overlapping topic with paper 1. Same syllabus has been put up over here also. Over there, you are finding elites, pressure groups, democracy, citizenship, same words, secularism is seen in this chapter. But the most important is something called as social movements. We will be dealing with this particular section much in detail because every year 2 questions will come from this topic, social movements. How the changes are coming in agrarian India. How the changes are there in the aspects of women movements. Old women movements were like sati system. New women movement is like #MeToo. Reservation bill, good. So how these changes are coming, some aspects of social movement such as women movements, Dalit movements, environmental, ethnic identity movements, etc. It speaks about urban transformation, what are the problems regarding it, social movement in India. This book is quite important by Shah, Social Movements in India. And then the second last topic is population and dynamics. This is something we all are very proud. India is first, and this population is not stopping only. Every month laddus are coming. And in the COVID pandemic, population further increased. So we'll be dealing with this topic of population, what are the aspects related to it, and there are some challenges that you are going to face for social transformation. Challenges of social transformation. It means some things will come in the middle if you want to bring the change. You want to bring the change, environmental problems are coming. You want to bring the change, gender issues are coming. You are telling don't fight, but caste problems are coming. You want to bring equality, education is bringing new types of inequalities. So what are some of the challenges for social transformation? This is regarding your paper 2. Take a look at it. Indian Sociology is Introduction to the Indian Society, Perspective to Study. We have got father of Indian Sociology, M.N. Srinivas, Indian Marxist Desai, and what is the impact of colonial rule, social background, etc. We'll be village, first is village studies, then we are having the caste system, tribal communities, social classes in India, family and kinship, religion and society. That is the second aspect to it. The third C part is social changes in modern India. It speaks about what is the vision that India had, the idea of planning and mixed economy, how change is coming from constitution and education, how changes are happening, transformation in rural India, how transformation is happening in urban India, some topics. And then the last part is role of political system, social movements. This is what I was discussing about. Peasant, farmer, women's, backward, environment, ethnic. Last topics, minor topics, population related, challenges to social transformation. These what to study? We have discussed all the topics of paper 1 and paper 2. Now comes how to study. You have to study with your eyes. Okay? And what are the important books that we are having? They say read NCERT Indian, what is that book? Some Introduction to Indian Society. Don't read that book. Time waste. For general studies, if you want to read, read. But for sociology, it is not going to help you because we have to deal with the topics much in detail. So that the book is giving you a very small idea, and that too for paper 2 only. How will you begin? You have to read from Indira Gandhi National Open University, BA books. Don't go behind MA books. Some topics are important, but I will be giving you the printout material, so you don't really need to study from MA books. BA books from Open University. Here also, same. If we are dealing with the thinkers, you have to start with a book name called as ESO 13, Sociological Thought. Online, you are going to get all these books. I will be giving you printout materials of what is there, not there. Apart from IGNOU, the next important book is a book called as Harlambos. Initially, you don't need to buy this book. Once you finish the books of IGNOU, these are 5 books that you have to read. Once you finish these books, you want to further read something. You are very interested to do your secondary level of preparation, then you have to buy the Harlambos blue edition. Don't go for orange and green, go for the blue edition. Certain reference books for thinkers. Don't buy this book, but I'm still writing this book. George Ritzer. If you want to deal with thinkers in detail, this is the book what you are having, George Ritzer. Don't buy this book. It is only a reference book. It means one topic you want to write more in detail, you just go read those 4 or 5 paragraphs, you close that book. You can take a help of PDF also. I will be giving you the online PDF in the group. For your IGNOU, there is a book called as Indian Sociological Thought. This book is being written by B.K. Nagla. The book name is Indian Sociological Thought. Another important book, Indian Social Structure by Ram Ahuja. Ram Ahuja is important for your general studies, Indian society. He is basically a sociologist who is also talking about Indian social structure. So this part, three sections are there, A, B, C. The first part, A, is Indian sociological thought. Second part, B, is Indian social structure. The name of the section B is social structure. So this is the name. And then for part C, you will take the help from IGNOU BA material and also the newspapers and the current affair magazines. So these are the sources that you will be reading. Apart from this, anything beyond this is secondary. Don't come and ask that book, this book. The best source is IGNOU material. IGNOU material. Harlambos, both these books. Ritzer, don't buy, it's a reference book. Newspaper, current affairs. This is what we are having as the books, what to read. Why to take sociology? What are the benefits of it? I'm not going to discuss. So here, asking the basic question once again, how to study the sociology? You have got certain book list which I have given. What to study? I have discussed the topics of both the papers. If you are still in a dilemma, what am I supposed to do? Kindly do 4 things to decide that whether I can study a subject sociology or not. Focus on 4 things. First of all, download 5 years of question paper. Take a detailed look at it. Because once if you read the question paper, see, are you able to understand the question or not? The second thing that will happen after reading the question paper, see whether you are getting some curiosity to answer them. Because once you understand something, automatically you will be little bit curious to answer them. Forget about knowing answer, that is a secondary thing. First is read the question paper. Next, take a look at the detailed syllabus. Not once, twice, slowly. Have the habit of reading the syllabus at least 1 or 2 times. Do that in morning, do that in the evening. Next, the third part is, if you are interested in sociology, you should also have some curiosity with social issues. Looking at a certain problem in the society, you should be curious why this problem is there. If a child is killing his parent for a PUBG game, what could be the reason for that? If somebody got married, what led to the divorce system? How come a father can kill the daughter and yet call that the love of father, can it become greater than the love towards their own caste and religion? If you have such curiosities, sociology will answer to these curiosities. So 1, 2, 3, read the question paper multiple times, try to focus on the syllabus. Are you curious to answer social issues, understand, read about them? Still, if you cannot decide, there is something called as coin method. Coin method means take a coin, put it in the, do like this, pass, pass, fail, fail. Okay, that's it with today's class. So if you have any queries, you are most welcome to ask. I will see you tomorrow at 2:30. Have a nice day.